If movies are an art, then this, my friends, is the Holy Museum. Good evening, everyone. We're on location at the AMC Theater at Garden State Plaza, Westfield in Paramus for the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. If movies are an art, then this, my friends, is a museum. This year, is the 5th anniversary of the passing of one of the most respected film critics in America. Maybe the most respected. Roger Ebert. He was a stalwart of the Chicago Sun-Times and of American pop culture. From politics to film reviews, the man had an opinion and he wanted to share it, and in the process inspired millions to do the same.
He once famously remarked that no good film is too long and no bad movie is short enough. He was a film critic for the Chicago Sun-Times for 46 years, the first ever to win the Pulitzer in 1976, and a constant and consistent voice within the film community.
It was a career that was as illuminating as the bright spotlights of Hollywood, and now it is revealed in full detail in Life Itself, a memoir, by none other than a four-star critic of America, Roger Ebert. The New York Times best-selling biography that's being given 5-star reviews from the Washington Post, the Chicago Tribune, Entertainment Weekly, and the New Yorker. Plus, rave reviews from the Boston Globe and the New York Times. This is an Amazon delivery bought for $1.32, plus $3.97 shipping and handling, for a total of $5.29. It is from Half Price Books, as you can see with the stickers on the top right corner. It is published by Grand Central Publishing. I have read portions of this book at the Public Library in Patterson, and I read an excerpt on Roger Ebert's blog site about Roger and his marriage with Chaz. And I gotta say, I have formed a foundation for my review of this book, and I gotta agree with all the 5-star reviews on the cover. This is Roger Ebert, uncensored and without any boundaries, which was the way he was in his reviews of films and political commentaries as well. When him and Gene Siskel reviewed a film, watch out, because the mere legacy of a film could be determined by a simple gesture of the thumb. Thumbs down, and the film would stink. Thumbs up, and you got yourself a future American film classic. Additionally, this book is jam-packed with photographs, as you can see here in the photo inset. Roger's work, his growing up in Chicago, his family, his colleagues, and most of his honors, like this one, the Ebert Conference Center at the American Pavilion at the Cannes Film Festival. Plus Roger in his office, and Roger and his wife, Chaz. He is the best-known movie reviewer of our time, The first film critic to ever win a Pulitzer Prize, he has appeared on television for 4 decades. In 2006, thyroid cancer took away his ability to eat, drink, or speak. But with the loss of his voice, he has only become a more influential writer. Now, for the first time, Roger Ebert tells his full dramatic story, Life Itself. In this candid personal history, Ebert chronicles it all. His loves, losses, and obsessions, his struggle and recovery from alcoholism, his marriage to his beloved wife Chaz, his politics and his spiritual beliefs. He writes about his years at the Chicago Sun-Times, his colorful newspaper friends, and his life-changing collaboration with Gene Siskel. I personally grew up watching Ebert and Roeper with Richard Roeper. He remembers his friendships with Studs Terkel, Mike Royko, Oprah Winfrey, whom he briefly dated and was given credit for helping her pursue her syndicated talk show, plus Russ Meyer, for whom he wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls and an ill-fated Sex Pistols movie. He shares his insights into movie stars and directors such as John Wayne, Werner Herzog, and Martin Scorsese, the latter of which had an entire book written about his filmography by Roger Ebert himself, with interviews. Filled with the same deep insight, dry wit, and sharp observations that his readers have long cherished, this is more than a memoir. It is a singular, warm-hearted, inspiring look at life itself. And some more rave reviews from the New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, and Time Magazine. Retail price $15.99 US, $17.50 in Canada. And I don't need to tell you that as an amateur reviewer, it is totally worth buying. One of the most compelling chapters for me is what you can actually read on Roger Ebert's site. It's all about Chaz. It's on page 361. It details their relationship and marriage and their incredibly strong bond, especially with Roger's failing health. This photo was taken from their wedding day with Roger's co-host Gene Siskel, who he got his start with in television. They actually did the series sneak previews for PBS, which catapulted Roger into the stratosphere of pop culture, alongside his wife Marlene and their 2 daughters, Kate and Callie.
Whether he was talking about politics or film reviews, he would draw you in to his world, to his emotions, and you'd be able to connect with him. And I think everyone at one point or another was able to connect with Roger's work. And I think that is probably his most telling legacy.
On YouTube, I favor Movie Night with Jonathan Pollard, who credits Roger Ebert as one of his inspirations for starting that show. And you know what? Who wouldn't get inspired by Roger Ebert? And who would not get inspired by this book, Life Itself? In lieu of the clapping waiting because I'm holding a camera right now and there's no tripod, I'm going to have to give this 5 stars, just like the Washington Post, Chicago Tribune, Entertainment Weekly, and the New Yorker. And that's 100 points in my book. Life Itself is just truly Roger Ebert at his finest and might be the best thing he's ever written, says Janet Maslin of the New York Times. I don't think I can disagree.
So on this day of reflection, I say again, thank you for going on this journey with me. I'll see you at the movies. We certainly hope so, Roger. Thanks.
This is a gorgeously powerful, gorgeously memorable, just drop-dead gorgeous period memoir of a man who has a celebrated legacy as cinematic as all the films that he's reviewed and given 4-star ratings. I personally give this book 2 thumbs way up to the heavens. Well, I know that there are 2 certain film critics who are quite happy reviewing the films that they want to. Thanks for joining me from AMC Garden State Plaza 16 in Paramus. This has been the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Until next time, the balcony and the memories are ours forever.
On September 4th, 1975, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert got together and they performed a review show where they looked at movies. It would eventually be called Siskel and Ebert. On February 20th, 1999, Gene Siskel passed away. And on April 4th, 2013, Roger Ebert passed away. This really was a rare person who changed more than even I think he's aware of. And it really, really breaks my heart that he's gone. But what I do know is that what he has left us is a great education about movies, about understanding movies, about the passion of loving movies. And that's a greater education that I know I couldn't teach. I know so many other critics couldn't teach. But he found the way, and he did it so unbelievably well. And I can say very honestly, so many people got it, we heard it, and we loved it. And we loved you, Roger Ebert. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and you will always be remembered.